when we talk about reframing, so everybody here knows, okay, so you hear reframing, you say, okay, I got to reframe a child's behavior. And everybody's got that now. The difference between misbehavior and stress behavior. The difference between freeze and compliance. Okay, we can go on and on. But we also reframe theories. We reframe data. So I look at the kids who fail, who can't delay gratification, and I ask why. If I look at that through a self-control lens, which is a theory, then my conclusion is that they're weak, that they have a muscle that has to be strengthened. If I look at it through a self-reg lens, then my conclusion is they're under too much stress. And it's because of that depletion effect of stress over the course of their lifetime that I see the correlation. Is this too hard? That I see the correlation between what happens at 6 and what happens at 20. So these are very different lenses for looking at the same body of facts. And that's our starting point for IQ. So our starting point is I have data now. And my data tells me that, okay, so I'm going to give a kid an IQ test. And my IQ test is going to consist of a number of subtests. And what my data tells me is that if my kid scores high in this subtest, he's probably going to score high in this subtest. If he scores low in this subtest, he's going to score low in this subtest. And these correlations, so one of the things that psychologists like Brenda have to do is they have to judge how strong are these correlations. So are you talking about a weak correlation, like a 0.2 correlation? Then forget it. Are you talking about a 0.6 correlation? Oh, that's serious. And the fact is these correlations are strong. So our problem is that this way of thinking is so entrenched that even a self-regger who believes everything that we do looks at the child who scores, and I'll challenge anyone in this room. You look at the kid who just scored 98. You got your IQ back, and he scored 98. You're telling me you're not going to see that child differently? You're telling me that, really?
Can I make a comment?
You sure can.
I just wanted to share that when I was 16, I was taken from the red, which is Pegless, which is in the middle of Manitoba. So I went to school in Winnipeg, private school.
Yep.
They gave me an IQ test. I couldn't answer anything. I think I got like 42 on my tests. I think I got like
This is important.
Questions. 4 questions. That's all I could answer. I didn't know any of the questions. So what would they do with that information? I couldn't answer anything. I'm 16. I'm from the reserve. I couldn't answer anything.
Everybody heard what she said? So we have, is Anne here or is she outside? So we have our I don't know what her formal title is at SRI? Manager of SRI. So she did an IQ test and she scored low. And then, I don't know why it happened. Maybe she had a powerful mom who said, no, we got to redo this. And my child had, what was it, she had a visual deficit? So we have to reframe the questions in a way that doesn't tap into her deficit. And then she comes out as a genius level. So this we know. We know that one of the problems with IQ testing is that if it's not culturally relevant, you get a false score. Okay. But self-reg wants to go a little deeper. Okay? Because what I can do is I can factor that in. So I can design my test so that it's culturally relevant. I can design it, I can do it in such a way that I'm only comparing the child to a relevant match. I mean, I can't think of how to say this, but
yeah, within the same group.
Within the same group, thank you. And so we can factor in all that. And I still get this kid scores 98. And it affects how you see that child. Even if you've done self-rank up to master's level. After master's level, you'll never see the child the same way again, right? So the problem here, which I think Susan and I will do next in the master's class afterwards, is that you can do your damnedest to control what you say to this child. You can do your damnedest to try to encourage him. But subliminally, you're thinking to yourself, he's got a 98. He ain't never going to be able to do this. And you convey that message through things that you wouldn't be able to control. Something as simple as not asking him a question because you don't think he can answer it, and you like the child and you don't want to embarrass the child.